Let's do it.
All right, let's
Everybody.
get started. Okay. So this would be our, I believe, 13th. Yes, Sideshow 13.
13.
Lucky number.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
I love the number 13.
You know, it's always been lucky for me. It's never been a bad number for me.
It
I don't
used
know
to be
if
one
that.
of my numbers that I used for sports.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So this one will be airing October 17th. Today is, I just want to say, today is Vivi's Gotcha Day. This
Oh,
day, 4 years ago, we
Oh
brought
my
Vivi home.
God, she's practically an adult now.
I know.
well,
Tell
she
her to
technically is.
tell her to
Yeah.
get a job.
Yeah, she needs to start paying rent because somebody has
She's
to. And
expensive.
I don't have a job. So.
By the way, did we want to say hello to everyone? Or
No.
Yeah. I mean, I
No.
kind of said hello, but you guys didn't. So you
I
guys
didn't.
can
I
pipe
just
in now.
started dancing. Hello, everybody. If
Hey,
you're watching,
everyone.
I just want to clarify, okay, because if you're watching the video, I have a big old thing of moonshine.
It's pure moonshine.
It's yes, it is pure moonshine, but I will not be drinking it, all of it. But it's old smoky moonshine. So a few years ago, John and I went with my friend and her ex-partner, ex-boyfriend to Gatlinburg, and you can pay $5 and you get teeny tiny little thimbles of moonshine. You get like 10 of them. So we got toasted. But this moonshine is really, really good. I have Mountain Java moonshine.
I was
I
going to say
figured
that
I
looks
could see
like
the coffee beans. Yep.
And let me tell you, when I went in the store to get it, my body thought saw coffee beans. Immediately I had to shit. Like immediately. I'm like, I didn't even drink any coffee. We literally just saw coffee beans. And my
Oh,
body was
that's
like,
funny.
gotta shit, gotta shit. Yep.
I
So
love it. Well, if you
Just-
need to excuse yourself for a moment while we're talking,
Yeah.
we'll just be here waiting.
okay. No, so far so good. But
Okay,
that's
good.
just so you all know, I won't drink it all, but I just
Okay.
didn't want to get a cup because I'm lazy.
I
So if
get it.
everyone wants to help keep Megan regular, send coffee beans.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or maybe
Don't
just paper that smells like coffee beans.
You know what? Honestly, just send a picture of coffee beans, apparently, because that's what did it in the store.
Oh, that's
You know,
funny.
there are people with really weird ass fetishes, and I'm sure you just fed into one.
Well, you know what? No
Probably.
shame to you guys. If everybody's consenting, that's great for you.
Yeah.
I love that for
As
you.
long as everybody's on board.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the
Anyways.
shame game. So
And AP is shaming everyone. We are 5 minutes in.
We just
only a
got
few
started.
people.
We just started.
Well, you know,
Amy, are you drinking ice water?
I am from Hetzler's Tavern.
Speaking of shame, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
just
I know.
kidding.
I know. I would have
I have
grabbed
my
something,
bubbly
but-
water,
Nice. I love bubbly. What flavor do you have?
blackberry.
Oh, that's a
Ooh.
good one.
I like the berry ones. I like the strawberry one.
You- God, this
Hey,
is how
hey,
we
hey.
this is how we get off on a tangent, everyone.
I know.
I
Have
don't
we
know what you're
connected the
talking
dots?
about. I don't know
I-
what you're talking about.
They have a lemon sorbet
Ooh.
flavored one.
Mm,
Oh, it's really good.
It's kind of iffy.
Well, I'm
like,
shaming Megan now.
I like lemon.
Rude.
I like
At
lemon.
least you shame me to my face. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Guys, Zoom can only do so much. You guys can't do that. But while I'm recording. So I decided to have
Amy's talking to the voices
WWF.
around her.
She is.
You guys can't hear the dogs grumbling and growling? Oh, they're
No.
playing right next to me. And they're all three of them rolling around.
Even Fozzie?
No,
Oh,
that Fozzie would be
great.
the one that's not included.
Fozzie's upstairs.
Well, you said 3, so I didn't know if you were
Big B
excluding.
Gracie.
Okay, I was
and-
excluding
Yeah.
Vivi because she's teeny tiny.
Oh no,
yeah,
she instigates.
Yeah, she just jumped down from her little spot on my desk and then jumped around to join Digby and
Got
Gracie
it.
her on the floor over
Okay.
here. So I think we're good now, though. Digby's in his bed.
Speaking of Digby, there is an account that I follow on the TikTok, and she has a farm in Tennessee called Running Springs,
Hmm.
and she breeds horses and ponies, and she has a little baby pony, and his name is Pico, and she holds him up, and he sits with his arms crossed,
Oh.
just like Digby does.
I was like, how is this
Oh.
connected to Digby?
I was too. I'm like, there's a dog named Digby. There's a horse named Digby.
No,
He
the
sits-
horse's name is Pico.
and it's first of all, he's a baby donkey. He's not a
Oh.
horse.
Oh,
And
Oh,
then
you
she
just said
brings-
baby.
Oh, he's a baby
you said-
donkey.
And you said
Okay.
she breeds horses and ponies.
Yes.
So I didn't know
and
donkeys were
and
in there.
cows and goats. Oh my God, but I love her so much. Her name is Katie Vince. Like, I'll send you it. But
Yeah, you'll have to send me.
so Dr. Pico is her therapist and medical doctor. And so she picks him up and he sits with his arms crossed in her arms. And she's just talking to him. And he's like just the sweetest little baby.
Oh, cute.
He's precious.
Animals are good listeners.
They are.
They are.
Okay, we can actually start.
Okay. Well, I think we kind of have. I've already done one of mine. Vivi's Gotcha Day.
Mhm.
Oh, yay.
AP, do you wanna shout out one of yours?
Yeah.
Please don't shout though, because these ears are very sensitive.
What? You can't
Guys,
do that.
AP put her sassy pants on today.
Yes, you did.
It's because I'm so excited. I leave for my trip tomorrow. I've already my bags are packed. My Uber is booked, and I've already been able to check into my hotel. Like,
are you gonna keep in touch with people on your trip?
no, I'm gonna go radio silence.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have every law enforcement in the world going to look for you then.
Nah, I'll be around. I'm excited to get out and travel. And when I see you all next, I'll be able to share some of my stories.
That'll be fun.
Can you share the region of the world you're going to? Because
Pacific Northwest.
She already talked about it last time when we talked.
I didn't know.
Oh, actually, but that was when we talked to Jennifer Page, and that episode's not coming out for another few weeks. So
Yep.
That will be so fun. Are you gonna go to where they filmed Twilight?
No.
Oh, God. Missed opportunity.
Never read one of the books, never watched a
disdain,
single movie, and I refuse to at this point. It's kind of like E.T. I will not watch E.T. So
They're so bad, they're good.
no.
I love them, but I love them because they're terrible. Like they're just god awful.
I
But that's
am
why
a
we love
person
them.
who will start reading a book, and if I don't like it, I will just read the
Yes.
ending and be like, yeah, why did we take 400 pages to get here? I'm looking at you, Nicholas Sparks.
Oh God, all his
I've never
books are
read
the
any of
same
this.
too.
I've only made it through one of his books. I have tried 3 other ones, and I get about 50 to 70 pages in, and I'm like, for the fuck's sake, where's the ending? And then I'm like, oh, same as the last book I tried to read.
Yeah.
I used to be of the mind that I have to finish a book that I started. And now I'm like, why? Like that's a waste of time.
Isn't it so freeing
It
when
is.
you realize you don't have to? Same with a movie or a
Yes.
show you don't care
Yes.
for. You don't have to finish
Yes.
it. And also, pro tip, if you're going to a conference or a summit where they have breakout rooms and you can go into different like sessions to like further your development for your career, if you don't like it, you can just walk out. You can just
It's
go to
true.
a different room or just
Being
not
an
be in
adult
there.
is so freeing sometimes.
When you start
yes.
realizing that you like, so they're going to see you walk out. Who gives a rip? Just don't do it to me.
Mhm. Yeah. So I'm going to piggyback off of that. And so I'm in a book club with John's cousins, my husband's cousins. And so our first meeting is this coming Sunday, the 13th. Nope. The 15th.
That's Tuesday.
Nope.
You were right the first
You were
time, I
right the
think.
first time.
Why'd you guys let me keep going?
Because we wanted to see where you were going.
I second guessed it too because I was like,
No.
wait a minute. I thought
No.
I just wanted
Nope,
to see
the
where you were going to
13th.
go with it.
I got to Tuesday. So the book we're reading now is called
You should know your birthday is the following Saturday. So 7
Oh.
minus 7 and then add 1.
Okay.
That sounds like
now-
math.
Yeah, that's rude. Okay, just stop. So it's by Riley Sager, Home Before Dark, and it's about a little girl who grew up in a haunted house, and her dad made like so much money off of a book he wrote about their experiences.
Brittany?
No, but she did. Weirdly enough, she met with Steve, and she was like, "Here's this book my dad wrote," and Steve was like, "The fuck?" No, so it's about this girl who goes back to the house where she grew up in, and it's giving. They talk about Amityville horror a lot. And so I'm a little scared because this is from one of the girls in this book club also recommended The Butcher and the Wren to me. And I had to stop reading that because it was so creepy. that's about a detective whose Ren is hunting a serial killer. And so it's told from both aspects. And the serial killer voice is fucking creepy. So I
Oh,
just
you
stopped
listen on
reading that.
Audible?
No,
Oh,
just the voice of the character in the book and how he
I
describes
see what you
stuff
mean.
okay.
was
Yep.
so
I was like, do
creepy.
you have somebody else reading the
I know.
voice? to you?
Like there are other things
Yeah.
other than Audible, but
John reads to me every night before bed.
and his serial killer voice is out of
it's-
this world.
Honestly, like Audible should contact him.
So
But no,
for your book club, do you have to have the book finished?
I've never been to one, but knowing this group of gals, I'm assuming it's going to be like every other book club where we talk about the book for 5 seconds and then we just drink and bitch about life for the other 3 hours.
Yeah.
3
So-
hours?
I'm exaggerating. It's hyperbolic.
I think I've talked to you guys about this before. I don't know if we've done it on recording, but I always thought it would be fun to have a book club where you don't pick a book, but everybody comes to the meeting. Of course, we drink wine or whatever, and we discuss the book we are reading right now and if we like it and how much we like it, and we convince the others to listen to it or read it, and just talk about books that we've read, but not necessarily discuss a book, but just get together to discuss what book you like, what book you're reading, kind of like we do with the TV shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever do well in a book club because when people try to tell me to read something or watch something, I want to
Yes.
run the opposite direction.
Yes. You would not handle it well.
We have a couple of things coming up with our affiliate, Three Spirit Drinks, and we're going to be able to do some contests and stuff like that. So that will be something coming up. And
I'm
our
very
new
excited.
affiliate is Podpage, which is they're not really a new affiliate, but they've relaunched their affiliate program and it's now nice and robust. And so if any podcasters out there looking for a website that's super easy, slick, and cool, check out Podpage. And
I'm gonna
And if you
amend
can't
my-
tell, Amy's got a lozenge or something she's sucking
I was hoping
on.
it wouldn't
Oh.
so it wouldn't pick up all the little pieces. But
Oh, it
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yes.
okay.
I'm also amending my statement from AP putting on her sassy pants to AP putting on her making fun of us pants.
She never takes those off.
That's true. They're just like,
Aren't they the same?
no,
Oh, they seem like it.
no. they're
All
not.
right, I got rid of my lozenge. I've still had onion ring mouth, and I didn't
Yeah, I
shovel dinner down too fast.
went for the mouthwash in between dinner and this.
Yeah, I should have done that.
I went
Anyway.
for the moonshine.
The moonshine. I should have done
Everybody
that.
take a drink when I say moonshine or raise the moonshine up if you're watching.
Okay.
Don't die.
No. be
Maybe
careful.
pace yourselves.
If it's moonshine, maybe do it. Do it pretty.
It is like 17 ABV, I think. Let me see.
Oh.
17.5%.
Wow.
35 proof, whatever that means. I don't know. Just throwing
And it's
numbers at you.
It's out of 200. So
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's not bad.
it's like a liqueur
Liqueur.
percentage
Oh, so this is a little baby. Just
because
saying.
vodka and
usually
other
liqueurs
things are
mixed.
yeah
with
like
other-
80 proof and that sort of stuff.
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
Mhm, mhm.
mhm.
Okay.
Sure. Sure.
AP, do you have anything else?
Yeah, CoStar app. I know I feel like I've mentioned it before, but I was chatting with Amy earlier today, and she's like, "What's that? I haven't heard of that." I'm like, "I'm pretty sure we've talked about this, but it's
Probably.
CoStar app it's something you can download. I think I heard about it from And That's Why We Drink, and it's just years ago. And you can put in all your information, like when you were born, what time you were born, all of that stuff, and it gives you all your different like houses and through your astrology, like your moon and your rising sign, so you know your sun sign. And then like for me, I'm a Aquarius moon and a Leo rising. And so then it also tells you like all your houses, but then it also gives you like I get a like daily horoscope. And I think what I sent to you earlier said be comfortable with being alone. I was like, well, that seems perfect.
You're like, check that off the list.
Good. So, but sometimes there's
Compete.
areas in there you can go and write yourself a note. So if you wanted to write yourself a note, it will save it for just whenever. You don't know when it's going to come through. So it just randomly comes through at some point in time for you. So
I
And then
saw that. I wasn't sure when that was going to be replayed back to you. It just says write a note for your future self.
Yeah, it's random. So
Mm.
it just happens. Yeah.
Cool
And then you can connect with other people and kind of see like do's and don'ts, or it'll tell you different things like here's what's ruling your house, or what's it, where your signs are, planets are, and that sort of stuff. I don't know a lot about it. I just like reading through it. And there's a lot to read through some days. So
cool.
mhm.
Yeah. Nice.
That's exciting. That sounds really fun.
Yeah. I downloaded it.
What house? I
Mhm.
wonder what house I'd be in, because I'm afraid I'm Slytherin, but I feel like I wouldn't be. So maybe Gryffindor.
Well, it's a lot more than that.
Wow.
Just check it out sometime.
I know. I'm just teasing. I got my sassy pants on.
Look at that.
I have started working on my earring site.
Yes.
And
Awesome.
I have a tentative launch date of the 14th of October, which is a week from today.
Nice.
So
And that's a Monday.
Thank you. It's not a Tuesday. That's the
Correct.
15th.
Nope.
Yep.
Or a
So-
13th, which is a Sunday.
That's right. So
As
by
per
the time this episode comes out,
Yes.
that it'll probably already be live. So check the show notes and I will put a link to it in the show notes. Tell us what it's called again.
So it's called Molded Magic.
Molded Magic. Got it.
I have about 20 things on there right now. Only 3,000 more to go. So
Hey, at least you've been busy.
They don't
yes.
all have to be up when you go live. You can be adding them at all
No.
times.
But I want to make sure most of them are. And like, it's
Yeah.
crazy because when I went to the craft fair the other week and I was like putting pieces out, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about these. These are really cool. These are really cool. So it was some of them I look at and I'm like, it's amazing that I made that. And then other things I look at and I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry I made that. So, so yes, that will be going live soon. A week. I'm aiming for
Awesome.
the 14th.
That's exciting.
So yes.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm very,
That's
my
fun.
tarot cards, the reading that Zoe did for me a while ago kind of hinted at this. And I've been meaning to do it, but then when I did the show, so many people asked if I had a site or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, no, but I need one. And so I'm like, I'll just get one. I
Mhm.
only paid for a couple, like I'm doing it month by month on Squarespace, which is what I'm doing. So that
Mhm.
way, if it doesn't take off, then I haven't invested a lot of money.
Yeah. And you can always go back to Etsy too and just use
Mhm.
them if you need to.
So
Cool.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Awesome.
very exciting.
Okay.
Well, I was going to say, have either of you, I know we talked in our chat a little bit about all the Diddy stuff, but what it's done is made me really love Eminem and 50 Cent a lot more recently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I've always loved Eminem. I don't always listen to all of his music, but he's just a really interesting person.
Yes.
If
And I
you
think
are
he's like
looking,
a good guy deep down
if
too.
you
like,
are looking for a heave cry, find his music video for Temporary. It is a song that he wrote for his daughter, Haley Jade, for when he is gone. And oh my gosh. And it's just, so he has 3 daughters. He's adopted 2 of them, and Haley is his only biological daughter. But she got married in May. So the whole music video is just pictures and home videos of her growing up and her wedding, like his first look at her in her wedding dress and everything, and a card she gave him. And then at the end, it's the home video of her telling him she's pregnant.
I saw that.
She pulls out a Detroit Lions jersey that says Grandpa on the back. And so when he turns it around, she also hands him, the sonogram. And he's like, what? It's just,
I just love him.
it hits the feels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
He's a good dude.
And the song, I mean, if you listen to the lyrics as you're watching the video, like I was watching, I think I was actually heading to bed, and I'm like, just, because it's, he talks about like when he's gone, he knows it's going to hit her the hardest, but she's got to help take care of her sisters and, and the family. And so obviously he didn't have the easiest life growing up, but he's definitely done something more about it.
Okay.
So
I
remember when she was born.
for quite a while now.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he's been sober for years, but he talks about it. He's
Mhm.
very open about it.
Mhm.
She's been on some of his songs when she was younger. He
Yep.
made an album and she was on a few of them.
And she's got a podcast now too.
Hmm.
hmm So she's 28.
Wow. Yeah, I remember.
Huh?
I'm old.
Yeah. So
I'm old
that
too.
was,
And 50 Cent, when you watch interviews of him, he
oh my
is
God.
so
Did you-
funny.
Have you heard how he got his nickname Fitty Cent?
No,
Sharon Osbourne, because
Eh.
that's how she says 50.
50.
And so
That's
because I watched a part of
beautiful.
a clip from him with Stephen Colbert, and that's how it goes. And he's just, and his level of pettiness.
Amazing.
Did
Are
you
gonna
hear
talk
about what he-
about Ja Rule?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I
I
didn't
know
hear
about
that.
him.
He bought out the first 4 rows at the Ja Rule concert so nobody would be sitting in them.
And he
Oh my
was so
God.
funny. He's like, they were on Groupon. It was like $15,
15 bucks, yeah.
a ticket. And then Stephen Colbert is like, say something nice about Ja Rule. And he goes, well,
He's still alive.
he's alive.
But like there's I think a lot of that, I don't know where all that beef started, but like Ja Rule made some poor comments about Eminem and his ex-wife and his daughter, Haley,
Mhm.
and basically like, you're this, your wife's that, what's that going to leave Haley as? And insinuating that she would be like a crack whore.
Mm.
Mhm.
Don't come after M's family.
Mm-mm.
And yeah. So anyways, it's been an interesting, like in my page on Instagram recently
Yeah.
with all the other stuff that's going on. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a rabbit hole that we're going down with that Diddy stuff. And
Yeah. I have not done that yet. I plan to, but my For You page is all, for at least 2 days, was all about the woman who found the rug in
Oh,
her backyard
yes.
under a
Yes.
tree, and the police were there, and then now the cadaver dogs are coming, and da 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 da. Which seems to have ended sort of
lacklusterly.
anticlimactically. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I did see another TikTok with a woman saying that her dad was a police officer, retired, and she told him the whole story. And he said, just because they didn't tell her anything doesn't mean that nothing's there. He
Of
said, if it
course.
were me,
Why-
I wouldn't tell her anything. Right
Why
now.
would they? She's
Yeah.
been broadcasting it all. So if there
Yeah.
is something that could tip off a killer.
Right.
But if they think they haven't found anything, then
Yeah.
I don't think that there was nothing there. I mean, you don't bury a rug in a backyard for funsies.
Right. Especially when it looks like there's blood on it. My guess is they're testing it. They're having it
Yeah.
tested. And then once they find out, and they find out it's human blood or something, then maybe her house will be a crime scene. But anyway.
And now I've only seen a little bit of this. I haven't followed into it. Is her area like, is it more rural? Is it suburban? Like, is
Suburban.
she right
She's in
next
a
to
city.
neighbors?
She's in a decent sized town in Ohio, I think.
Yeah. It's
So yeah,
suburban.
it's not like she's a farm.
Yeah. No,
not
she's
in
got
the middle.
neighbors close on either side
Well,
of her.
I mean, Kelly's not a farm, but she's, you can't look in her neighbor's windows necessarily. There
I
there
think
were
you
a lot
can
of
in
trees
her.
there.
This is smaller than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
This is
think you can
definitely
in this
smaller.
person's because when she's been doing the video, you could see like she's
can
in a
see the
pretty
neighbors.
populated neighborhood.
Yeah. And all the neighbors that came down the street while the police were there. That's pretty busy.
That would have been me.
Oh, yeah. Totally. But it was a fun thing. I watched like 15 videos in a row when I first saw it. And then the next day it kind of just went bleh. But
Speaking of
what-
rabbit
Mhm.
holes,
That's what's been on
the
mine.
rabbit hole.
Yeah. I don't think I have that much else. This is my birthday week, so I have something
Mhm.
every day. Recording today. Tomorrow, I am going to be recording with Jennifer Page because she told me for a reading.
Oh, awesome.
Whoa.
So I'm doing that tomorrow night. And then Wednesday, Vivi has a spa day.
Oh,
Greg and I are going to
why
a
don't you
haunted-
have a spa day?
I was just gonna say your birthday week and the dog gets a
I
spa
know.
day.
Hers was scheduled. Now we can't afford to. Seriously, I would never in a million years pay for my hair what I pay for hers.
Mm.
No way.
And hers has to be what, every month, every 6 weeks?
No, 6 weeks. Supposed to be 6 weeks, but her groomer was on vacation all of September. And so
Mhm.
we had to push it back. And so she's a scruff
She looked a little raggedy.
Today.
A little raggedy.
Greg told me I should take a picture of her before I bring her in and then get a picture of her afterwards and
You
then
should.
reverse them and show that it was like before she stopped drinking and after rehab.
You should. 100%.
That's what I might do.
Or like before kids, after kids.
Yeah. Well, and then Wednesday night, we are going to a haunted restaurant for
Ooh.
dinner.
Where?
Four Paws
Okay.
in
Cool.
St. Paul.
I want to hear about
By
it.
dogs.
Yeah. No, you would think so.
You
It's
would think so.
Paughs, but they're an old restaurant, and then they were closed for many years. They just reopened like not too long ago, a month or two ago, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's kind of hard to get a spot, but we got one. So we're
Awesome.
doing that, and then so there's a lot of stuff going on. The only day I don't have anything going on is my actual birthday.
Which is how it should be.
Yeah, then Friday it's lunch with my mom. At some point, I have to take her back to get her hearing aids checked again. We were just there last Friday.
Is she not wearing them?
Why?
She says they don't work.
Does
They
she
just
have them
don't work.
on?
I was going to ask the same thing.
Is that genetic?
She says that they are, I think she thinks they're dead. I don't know if they really are.
So one thing we
PM.
learned with my grandpa was that he would set them in something,
Yeah.
but he wouldn't plug them in all the way or whatever it was that he had to do. So he
They have to
thought
be
they were,
aligned.
so he thought
Exactly,
they were
yep.
charging.
We've been through
And
this
he
at
didn't-
least 7 times with her,
And
though.
he
She should
didn't
know.
notice the difference when they were dead to when he was. We have no idea the last time he actually wore them for
Yeah.
anything, because you'd walk in and, like you've said, Amy, you can hear the TV down the hallway.
Down the
Yeah.
street? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So at some point, I have to deal with that probably tomorrow.
You sound so thrilled.
I'm so thrilled. Yeah. I have an 87-year-old toddler now, and that's what we have to do. So
Oh my God, I have a 4-year-old toddler. Twinsies. They act the same.
they kind of do.
Yeah.
From my recollection of 4-year-olds, yes.
Yes.
They do act pretty much the same.
Yes. It's
Both run around in their underwear screaming,
Or
it's
diapers.
mine. I didn't do it.
mhm.
It just doesn't
You can't-
work.
You can't make me.
Yeah.
Mommy, it's broken. It's not broken. It's broken. It's not broken. It's broken.
Daughter,
Oh my God,
it's
you're
broken.
right. It's broken. It's broken. You're right.
You're right. It's broken.
How did I not know
Did
that?
you just go,
Now
It's
it
fine?
works. Yeah.
No.
Just blow on
I say, oh, you're right. It is broken. Well, time for bed.
it. I'll try that next time.
okay,
Yeah.
but truly, how many of us who used to play like N64 or Sega Genesis, we just blow on things to see if it
Mhm.
works, because that's what you had to do with the old cartridges. You just go,
That works on men too.
Yeah. Oh,
wow. So Megan has her dirty pants on.
I'm just saying.
just saying.
You're going to look at me and you're going to tell me that I'm wrong? Am I wrong? She wore a crown and came down in a bubble, Doug.
What's that?
It's from this. I've sent it to you, Amy. This famous clip about this guy arguing with his friend about the Wicked Witch of the East.
Oh,
And every time I say you're going to tell me I'm wrong, I think of that. So I just have
I
to keep
see.
going with it.
I see. Okay.
Grow up, bro. Grow up. It's so funny. I always watch it. Oh my God, it's funny. You should look it up.
Okay.
Speaking of nothing, we're doing Jordan's first like actual Halloween this year.
Nice.
We dressed him up a couple of times. We used the same costume last year and the year before, but he didn't really
Yeah,
like
why
get
not?
it,
Yeah.
you know. But this year he picked out his own costume at Target and he's Captain America.
I was going to say, which
Aw.
superhero?
Yeah.
Captain America with a shield, and Daddy is so proud because Daddy loves Marvel.
Mhm.
Well, and what's the other one? DC Comics. He likes them
Yep.
too. I don't, but I'm Marvel, more of a Marvel.
Mhm.
So we're very excited for that.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yes.
Do you guys have something you're going to do other than just go around the neighborhood?
So yeah, we're actually going to John's dad's house because there's a lot more kids over there.
Okay.
And it's our street, there's no street lights. So it is pitch black at night.
Oh, that would
So
not
we
be
go
fun.
over there, and then his mom, her work always has a Halloween party. Well, she's retiring this year, So this will be the last one we go to. But we go and they have like games and hot dogs and stuff. And so we'll go to that. And
Fun.
yeah. And then John's cousin has a Halloween party that we go to every year as well. So he'll dress up for that too.
Okay.
I'm probably going to turn the lights off and keep the door closed.
We're going to probably go out to the bar and then hide when we get home.
Yeah.
Hey, Amy, can I join you? Because that sounds great.
Of course. Let's do it. We're also thinking we might have a Halloween party, but it would be the week after because the week of that weekend is our live show. And I don't want to be planning a party and the live show at the same time.
I don't understand. It seems like it should be just fine.
It should be just fine. Well, I know once we're done with the live show, I'll be so relieved. I will definitely want to go party, but I don't want to go home and have a party.
See, yeah, it's more to me. That's more of like I've been on and now I crash.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking you were gonna say I'll want to go home and just not move.
I might. Depends. It depends. Yeah. I'm excited for the show nonetheless.
I am too.
It's gonna be a good
it'll
time.
be a really good time.
And I did ask Dawn if she wanted to come meet us to it. And she said if she's not doing something, she thought she might be doing something. I can't remember what it was. She said if that's not happening, then she'll be there. So we could pull her up on to talk to. So we'll see. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I should be able to be there for the first part of it.
Okay. Cool.
Also, if you're hearing this, I think there's still time to send in any spooky stories you have that you want us to read.
Yes, there will be. There will be.
So
we would
send those to us.
love to have some of those spooky stories to read.
Spooky stories.
I did get permission to read from that book that Jody gave me. So
awesome.
I can read
Flip
a couple
phone Jody.
stories. Flip phone Jody. She's going to be there.
Everybody, Amy was texting us and she said she was with her other friends and
we didn't know who that was.
Very mad. I was
Megan
like,
and I were like,
mean?
who? Your dogs don't count.
Yeah.
That's what I've been told.
I have another podcast and my other co-host is one of my friends. She was the one that was, we had friends over watching the debate.
Vice presidential debate. Yes.
Yep.
All right. I said we'll allow it because we knew some of them.
Yeah.
Hey, I thought no one was fact checking.
Since you're fact checking.
Thought you weren't supposed to be.
And JD was like,
I thought
whatever
the
you
rules.
do,
I thought the
talk
rules
to the
were
couches.
Yeah.
I sent Megan and Amy, I think I sent you on Instagram, but I sent it to Megan separately to the Cats on Couches Instagram.
Yes. Yeah.
That is literally there just to have more followers than JD Vance. So if you are hearing this, go check it out, give it a follow. They are literally just posting pictures of cats on couches.
Perfect.
One thing he loves, the other he hates. He's so torn. He's like,
and we're not really sure which one he
this.
likes and which one he doesn't.
He loves
I
the
think
couches.
he had a falling out with the couches, though.
Oh.
Only initiated by them.
Oh.
He is still invested in their relationship.
Okay, Mr. Eyeliner.
We call that guy liner.
Sponsored by Maybelline.
I don't know if they want to be connected to that.
I know.
Probably not. All right. Should we wrap up so that we are prepared for Miss Jenny?
Yeah. Oh, so happy fall, everyone. Finally. It's starting to finally feel like fall, even though it's going to be 80 degrees later this week here.
I know. On my birthday.
On your birthday.
Usually it's like 75, 70, 75. On my birthday is perfect. It's going to be a little warm for me.
Yeah. It's and who knows? We could have snow on Halloween again this year, like we did last year.
We could.
So,
and like we did in 91 when it was real bad.
Yeah, I know. I was the Little Mermaid.
I was stranded.
Remember what I was.
My mom made our costumes, and I had a fin that had a hairband that tied around my wrist so that I could hold my tail up. And my sister was Ursula. And she had her hair was all up. You couldn't see our damn costumes.
Was your brother Prince Charming?
Yeah, to wear all this.
Matt would have been only a year and a half, so he stayed home handing out treats.
Sure. Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
I think he went to bed. He wasn't a great help, but
oh God, lazy.
Yes.
He's the only one in the fantasy football league that I've beaten this year. I've not beaten. I've beaten everybody else.
His team is terrible. His team is like my team. They look like they should be good, but they shit the bed every week.
I've only lost once. I'm like,
I benched Mahomes.
Why?
because he's terrible this year.
Really?
He hasn't
Oof.
gotten above 15 points in fantasy. And that was once. The rest of them have been like 12 points.
Yikes.
He has
Who'd you
no
put
magic.
in instead?
Justin Fields.
Oh, that's because his wife is sucking it out of him.
Yeah. She's a lot. He and his bromance with Travis seems to be a little lackluster this year because Kelsey is not doing great out there.
Yeah, well, it's
But he is. I mean, he's also in football age is old.
Yes, he is.
He's 35.
Mm-hmm. To be fair, though, he also has a really creepy pedo mustache that he needs to get rid of, and that's probably holding him back.
That's his 70s stash.
It's disgusting. Just don't get a mustache, everybody. I mean,
is that a porn stash?
No, it's just a creepy. Actually,
I would say,
be kind
Amy,
of a porn stash.
It's that 70s.
Yeah.
Burt Reynolds-esque.
So does that go
No.
down
No.
Does it twirl up?
No. No
It's just
wax
I'll have
on
to
that.
look at a picture of him.
Gross is what it is.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be plenty of guys going with no shave November.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But at least, that way you have the full face, not just the creepy mustache.
Just the way you said it. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Listen, I prefer beards to like clean shaven, not mustaches though. That's a whole different
Mustache all by
ballgame.
itself is always a little weird to me.
It's creepy.
Yeah. All right.
So-
I'm gonna do an Allanism quick, and then we can
sounds good.
take our little break before we welcome Jenny. It is time for an Allanism.
It's time for an Allanism.
Okay, so since this is the last release, not including the test live stream that we're going to do, I thought I would pick this one since it's about performing.
Okay.
And this is, I don't know when my dad said this or what the results were. I mean, what the surrounding circumstances were, but the quote is, "No matter what we do, our audiences will be screaming on hallowed ground."
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but Dad, it's kind of funny.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I
AP,
love
do you want to tell us what we're doing next week?
Next week, you will hear our recap of Controlled, which is the Dead Files episode from season 7, episode 3, which originally aired in August of 2016. For once, the season and the episode number are all the same on all platforms, at least we think.
What are we gonna?
The TAC Sideshow episodes are, well, the sideshow to our main event, The Activity Continues, where we recap episodes of the Dead Files TV show. Since we spend a lot of time going off the rails anyway, we thought we'd just release these parts separately for those who like hearing friends chat about any and every topic, sometimes paranormal, sometimes not. We hope you enjoyed this show. We will see you next week.
This is one where there is talk of suicide, and it was a gentleman who passed away in his garage, and then they interview his sons, who are elderly as well at that point in time, in the garage where he died, which I think is honestly in the most poor taste.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You could have been anywhere else on the property. You didn't have to be in there, but nonetheless, you'll hear about that next week.
Yeah, we had some words about that, but you'll hear
We
that
had a
next
lot of
week.
words about that.
Us have a lot of words about anything? I don't
Us?
It's
understand.
weird.
Yeah,
Weird.
I know. It was a one-off. All right. Well, thanks, everybody.
Thank
and we
you.
will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
The TAC Sideshow episodes are, well, the sideshow to our main event, The Activity Continues, where we recap episodes of the Dead Files TV show. Since we spend a lot of time going off the rails anyway, we thought we'd just release these parts separately for those who like hearing friends chat about any and every topic, sometimes paranormal, sometimes not. We hope you enjoyed this show. We will see you next week.